Nvidia has become a true household name, especially after becoming the first company ever to cross a $5 trillion market cap. But recently, talk of an AI bubble has been spreading, and the stock has pulled back about 15%, now sitting around $177 per share with a $4.3 trillion valuation. In today's video, I'm going to break down why this pullback isn't something to panic about and why the AI sector is far from being a bubble. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And with that, let's dive right in. First, let's start with Nvidia's Q3 earnings, because the numbers are huge. Revenue was up 22% from last quarter and 62% year over year, hitting a record $57 billion. And get this, the data center division alone generated $51.2 billion, up 25% quarter over quarter and 66% from the last year. That's the engine driving almost all of the company's growth. On the bottom line, Nvidia delivered $1.30 in GAAP and non-GAAP earnings per diluted share, beating analyst expectations of $1.26. So let me tie this into reason number one for why we're not in an AI bubble. AI companies are producing real revenues. Businesses are actively spending money on this technology, which is a massive difference from the dot-com era, where companies had sky-high valuations but almost no actual earnings. The numbers don't lie. Companies are buying Nvidia's products, huge deals are being made, and AI is already creating real operational efficiencies across industries. This isn't speculation, it's real-world adoption. Second, let's look at Nvidia's Q4 revenue projections. The company expects to bring in around $65 billion, plus or minus 2%. That's not just growth. That's accelerating growth. This tells us something important. Nvidia has a strong, visible pipeline of demand backed by both new and existing contracts. Companies aren't pulling back, they're doubling down. If we're truly in a bubble, we'd see the opposite. A company expecting slowing demand would guide down, not up. But Nvidia is forecasting higher revenues because customers are still lining up for their AI hardware and software. Let's look at what the major tech companies, the ones actually buying Nvidia's chips, are doing. By the end of Q3, giants like Meta announced that they're increasing their capex spending on AI by nearly 24% for the next year, and many of these companies have already signaled they expect to spend even more in 2026. This is huge. Continued rising investment in data centers shows that these companies are all in on the AI race. They're not slowing down, they're not pausing, and they're certainly not pulling back. And what does that mean for Nvidia? A massive ongoing opportunity. As long as companies keep scaling up their AI infrastructure, Nvidia remains the primary supplier, and the demand for their products stays extremely strong. Third, let's talk valuation, because this is where a lot of the AI bubble fear comes from. What's interesting is that Nvidia's valuation has actually stayed pretty steady, even as the company has massively scaled. Right now, the forward PE ratio is about 25.4x, which is below its 9-year average of 36.6, and the forward price to sales ratio sits around 14.47, basically right in line with its long-term average of 14.2. In other words, even though Nvidia has grown into a nearly $5 trillion company, the stock isn't becoming widely overvalued. If anything, its valuation has cooled while earnings have skyrocketed. That's the opposite of what you'd see in a bubble. So based on fundamentals, there's no real reason to expect Nvidia to suddenly fall apart or have a major bad beat in the market over the next few months. And finally, analysts are backing up this outlook as well. The average price target for Nvidia sits around $250, which suggests roughly 41% upside from current levels. And when you look at analyst recommendations, the support is even clearer. Out of 64 analysts covering the stock, 49 rated a buy and 11 rated a strong buy. That's a powerful vote of confidence from Wall Street, showing that people who study these companies every day still believe Nvidia has plenty of room to grow. So friends, if you enjoyed the video, drop a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts on Nvidia in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.